Hey y'all, it is your brother in Christ, self-love gangsta, and I didn't leave you. I know it's been like a day since I last posted, and that is because your boy has been slipping. I've been off kilter. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. Always. What else am I good for if I'm not honest to you? So, I have been really kind of not as dedicated. I've been in my heart still wanting to do it, but I've been letting a lot of my subconscious impulses take over, and I've been just kind of doom scrolling, or not even necessarily doom scrolling, but just going through the motions, just distracting myself and numbing. There's been a lot of numbing out, and gosh, guys, the biggest lesson that I can leave with you today is to, and I know I talked about this a few videos ago, maybe in the last one too, I'm not sure, but to feel your feelings, especially if you're dealing with an overwhelming and all-encompassing sense of emotional numbness, it is crucial. When I look back at what happened today, I spent the majority of the time just watching videos, even videos that are helpful to me, like teal videos and other videos that talk about how to navigate your inner world and things like that. I was just on autopilot still, and I wasn't watching those videos, the ones that you can help yourself with. It wasn't from a very loving place looking back on it. It was just more of like a desperate, like, I need to be fixed. I need to be fixed right now kind of place. And it wasn't until I kind of just completely let go. I was like, you know what? I'm so desperate to move out of the place I'm currently living in, which is with my family, and feeling the punishing effects of still trying to facilitate some sort of mental and emotional recovery in those conditions. I sleep on a couch every day. On a couch. I've slept on a couch for the better part of a year. And in a basement. And I'm grateful that I'm not outside. I'm grateful that I have a place that's heated and is warm. But it is not ideal. And it is not, these aren't the kinds of conditions that you can recover from if you're dealing with a lot of emotional suppression. And the thing to finish that thought prior, the thing that kind of shook me out of it was I kind of just said, you know what, let me just let go. I'm going to just watch videos and just try to not focus so much on getting better and trying to force myself to do this thing or that thing or whatever, to try and feel better, or like force an outcome that just is not coming. And the strangest thing happened. I was watching, I guess it was a daily dose of internet or something, one of those kinds of compilation videos where they just show a bunch of random stuff and it's funny or it's amusing or whatever. And one of the clips had a woman walking into what sounded like a room full of whatever sort of creatures that were like squeaking, and I was like, what could that be? You know, this is in just a random clip in the compilation of clips, and opens the door and she has like different vegetables and stuff kind of strewn about on the platter, and walks in, and it reveals like a bunch of guinea pigs. And I know this may seem silly to you, but I was like immediately like, oh my God, guinea pigs, oh my God. Like the inner child was just like, came to life. It's like, oh my God, I love guinea pigs. And I immediately, like I went down into a tunnel or something, and I was just, bam, like transported back to my guinea pig. As a child, I had one, and I just immediately was overwhelmed with emotion and like, oh my God, what happened to my guinea pig? I don't remember. And I remember it was squeaking just like those ones were squeaking. And I felt so powerless. Like, what happened? I'm like not even sure of its name. And I just remember like I couldn't take care of it. And I felt like a bastard. I felt like a fucking bastard or a failure of a parent to that poor baby. And I love that guinea pig. It was so awesome. My mom got it for me. But once I saw that, it just triggered that memory, and I went somewhere, and after trying to force it, and like feeling like a failure too in the self-love region, in that commitment, and asking myself enough times during the day, which I feel that I didn't ask myself and act on those, on the messages I received after asking this question, what would somebody who loved themselves do? Once I gave up and I just let the sadness wash over me from being triggered by that video and triggering that memory, I just let myself cry, and it felt so good to just savor being in grief and just having lost something that I love, someone, a precious being. Even though it was my little guinea pig, that was a whole ass person to me, and maybe to many other people who love animals. And so it really deeply affected me, and once I started crying for a little while, I realized it kind of brought me right back on track, and feeling in that moment, my God, feeling your feelings will get you out of this. Because I really let myself go there after a long stretch of like not crying, and it really does open up a lot for you. Like you do, I felt that inner guidance become more clear, and it was just like, bro, you cannot recover in this environment. Like it felt so visceral after a little bit of that veil was pulled up because of the tears I shed. There was a window that was far more open than what it was before, being more numbed out and just kind of scrolling through videos, not really feeling much of anything. But that triggering served a very powerful lesson today. Like just having a taste of that, it's like, God, if I could cry all the time. And I told myself, yes, cry all the time. That was another message that came through. Once I did cry, it's like, go find people, whatever. You'll have a better feel too if you cry on your own time. If you make time for your emotions in any way that you can from where you are. I don't know how the fuck I'm going to do that. I'm in my car, and this is where I feel lately the most comfortable to do these videos. But I want to be in a house or an apartment or something with other people. I don't want to live alone either. I want to be with people that really care about me. And so, that's something I'm going to have to figure out. In order to make it easier to let go in that way more often. Because it's really hard to cry or scream or feel really intense emotions are noisy. And this is why a lot of us in our childhood didn't feel safe enough to hold it in, because a lot of our parents felt inconvenienced by our feelings and told us to, you gotta hold it in. And this is why it's important to get out of my living space. That's why one of the greatest achievements today was just being there for my inner child and letting him grieve the loss of his friend, one of his pet friends from his youth. And I hope this makes sense. I know a lot of this is kind of all over the place, but that's kind of how these videos are going to be probably for a while, until I get the hang of this. Is that all I had to say today? Feel your feelings. Oh my God, feel your feelings. We are in, like I said before, and it's not my original descriptor for this phenomenon, or era, but yeah, we are in the emotional dark age. Feel your fucking feelings, goddammit. Go hang out with people who want to feel their feelings too. Self-love gangsta. Don't be a punk ass buster.